We can't go outside right now.
A radio? What's the range on that thing?
No idea. I'm pretty sure it's broken anyway.
It might get a better signal up in the control room or up on deck. Down here you get nothing. The walls are way too thick. Hey, is that the Queen Serena?
Is that what the ship's called?
No, that's the name of the ship in the novel. And in Dirk's movie, too. I'm guessing.
What does it do?
I thought it was a bell. Only it doesn't actually ring, so not really a bell, but...
No, I think it's some kind of mechanism. The part sticking out of the bottom looks a bit like a screwdriver, don't you think? What a babe.
I mean, yeah.
This Mortuga's girlfriend or something?
I don't think so.
Of course he'd land a girl like this, of course.
I don't know. Wasn't he kind of a gloomy loner?
Yeah, chicks eat that up, man. Hey, that's pretty cute.
Do you recognize any of the buildings?
Oh, is it supposed to be something specific? I thought it was just like, Toy Town or whatever.
Never mind.
What's that?
You've never seen it before?
Nope. Is it Mortuga's?
Good guess.
Yeah, it has his vibes for sure. Oh, let me guess. It's locked and you can't work out how to open it.
Right again.
Ha! Classic. Okay, but for real, you gotta let me know when you get it open, because now I'm super curious.
It's broken. Or possessed by an evil spirit, one of the two. Charming, isn't it?
Is it based on a real ship?
I'd assume so. Mortuga did work as a sailor of sorts back before the submarine.
He had his own ship?
Oh no, it was a stone-top ship he worked on. The same people that owned the inn.
It looks like the little Mortuga standing by the wheel, so that'd make him the helmsman.
Yeah, that's right. I want to know what this is. It's gotta be something.
We're not sure either.
Did you see the carvings around the outside? It's a little story in 4 parts. There's an egg, then it hatches, then there's a baby, then it goes into the water.
Into the ocean, I think.
I'm not sure it's a baby either.
I couldn't believe it when I saw this in Mortuga's cabin.
Had you seen it before?
Yeah, this painting used to be in my house.
What?
In my father's study. It hung there for at least a year.
Why? Where'd he get it from?
I believe he bought it from the town's governor, a man named Fellow.
So how'd Mortuga end up with it?
I couldn't say. This is supposed to be silkworm, is it?
Is it not accurate?
Far from it.
I don't think it's trying to be accurate. It's more about Mortuga's specific...
Hang on. Is that my father?
Which one?
This guy. He's got the right look, and he's standing outside the building that would be the town hall if it wasn't just a wooden cube.
Huh. I'll make a note of it. What was your father's name?
Damien.
Damien Warman.
No, Damien Dusk. A locked box. What is inside? Oh, I must find out at once.
You're not impressed?
Half the time, with things like this, the writer hasn't even worked out what's inside. They just want the reader to speculate. Keeps them invested.
Okay, but this is real. It's not somebody's fiction.
How can you be sure? Maybe someone planted the box to distract you, knowing you'd get all curious. I bet there's nothing inside. Look, I'll shake it.
There's something in there.
Multiple things, sounds like.
It's a pinboard. Nope.
So, there's a drawing of each one needs to be moved to the right place.
That's not it.
Looks like the board.
shape looks
Of
familiar.
course. Remember Mariana's...
I'll do this later. It's a pin board. Nope.
So, each one needs to be moved to the right...
That's not it.
Looks like the board.
shape looks
Of
familiar.
course. Remember Mariana?
Nothing.
I'd say me... Oh, and Mortuga probably shouldn't be in...
Nothing.
I'd say me... and Mortuga probably shouldn't...
Got it.
Nice work. Nothing happened.
What were you expecting?
Normally, when we complete a puzzle, something unlocks and we get a new clue.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to expect it.
If it's a clue you want, take a look on the back of the pin board.
What's this?
There's something suspicious about Tadpole.
Let's go talk to her. When did you take this photo?
Says it right there. On the night of a full moon.
How come that guy has glowing red eyes?
Perhaps it's because of his demonic essence.
Or you used a flash?
Perhaps it's because I used a flash.
Who's the woman in the ball?
Well, that's no woman. That's a mermaid, slumbering in an ethereal bubble.
You're not gonna tell us, huh?
Wow, there they are. That's my mom, standing in the harbor, and that's my dad, standing under the lighthouse.
Cute.
Hey, the lighthouse opens up, and there's a film reel in there. That is not accurate. We did not have a giant film reel in our attic. I don't like it.
You don't want to know what's inside?
I do, and I don't. What if it's bad?
Bad like how?
Like, what if it's something we didn't want to see?
I think I'd still rather know.
Night of a full moon. My mom taught me how you can use the moon to work out where you are. Like, if you're sailing on the ocean and you can see the moon, you can work out which way's north, I think.
What if it's too cloudy?
Then you'd use a compass, like a normal person.
A photograph of a divine moon ritual. The man holds the orb aloft, and the being within is imbued with rays of mystic light, granting eternal moon wisdom.
Eternal moon wisdom, huh?
I have that. I skipped the ritual, though. I was just born with it.
Impressive.
Also, I can shoot moon lasers out of my eyes.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
Holy moly, look at that.
I know. That werewolf-looking guy is really...
Is that Tadpole with long hair?
Yeah, maybe.
She never told me about that. It's a strong look.
What's this? A little painting?
It's a photo.
A photo of a mermaid floating in a crystalline orb, held aloft by a muscular demon werewolf.
Yeah?
If you say so.
How it blinks and flickers so.
It's just broken. I think it's turning itself on and off.
As if it sought to speak with kin.
It's a radio. I'm not sure it has kin.
Do you know anything about Mortuga's model ship?
Yet another weight upon his ever-troubled mind. Although, given that it's sealed in glass, I imagine it's now very hard to fix.
What are you talking about?
It's broken. Some part of its innards has come loose. To dwell beneath a heavy iron-casted thing, ever poised for rope to snap, ever set to fall.
Mortuga? You didn't dwell beneath it. Not really.
I don't know. It's hanging directly over his desk. That's a choice.
A yearning stirred along by grief to seek to find a path, a bridge to cross that dark divide.
Grief?
I assume she's dead, this woman?
Why?
The crosses in the background.
Oh.
I think they're just ship masts. Like she's standing by the harbor.
A teeny tiny town of toys? Or fossil formed of... Oh, that's my house. Right there.
Your house?
Yeah, the theatre where I lived.
Cute.
Dusky box of dark allure. I cannot turn mine eyes. What lies within?
We're still trying to work that out. Any guesses?
Surely some solemn secret, dark and dreadful.
Oh, it better be after all this.
A werewolf? Or some hellborn fiend?
Yeah, I think it's just a guy.
But his eyes, they burn of wicked flame.
Well, it's either wicked flame or it's just red eye from using a flash in low light.
Oh?
Aha! This must be where Madame Tadpole got her stage name.
You think? She's not called Madame Mermaid Orb.
Is that you in the photo, Miss Tadpole?
No, I'm not that buff, and my beard isn't that thick.
The woman in the glass ball.
She looks just like you. Except she has long hair. And a mermaid tail.
It's a fake tail. I don't wear it anymore. It actually slowed me down. Not that I could really swim in that little ball anyway.
So who's the guy?
But just some guy. Not important.
Tadpole, what would you say your relationship with Mortuga was like?
We got on great. Where's this going?
Did you ever disagree with him? argue with him?
Nope. Let's get to the point, hmm?
Come on, give it up. Just let me take it.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I cannot.
But why'd you even need...
I've told you before.
No, you haven't. All you've ever told me is that you...
I'd like to request that you return to your room. I have something I must attend to.
Someone sneaking around recording me with a dictaphone?
Seems like it.
It may have been recorded without permission, but it's still a record of a conversation you had with Mortuga. It sounds like you're trying to get something from him. Some kind of object he was keeping from you?
An object? Nope.
So then what were you talking about?
I don't want to tell you. You'll take it the wrong way.
It's just, you were seen rummaging through Mortuga's bookcase. The one in this cabin.
Someone sneaking around watching me rummage through bookcases?
I thought maybe you were looking for this.
Ah, nope. That all you got?
I mean, it would neatly explain what that argument was about.
Not an argument.
And obviously I noticed that there's a dried blood stain on the front of the book.
Nosebleed. Very common among divers.
Oh, really? I assumed it was Mortuga's book because of the MM initials
Nope,
on the...
it's nothing to do with him. It's just some old book. It's not important.
Now that's not quite true, is it? It's not even a book. It opens up into a little box.
Mental note. Don't tell your birth date to Dirk Dansom.
Well, even if you didn't take the book from Mortuga, there's something in there I wanted to ask you about. Do you know who this is?
Sure, Tanya. Says it right there on the back.
We heard you used to be a rescue diver.
Mental note. Don't share any personal information with Dirk Dansom.
Hey, they spelled your name wrong. It says Tapdole. Oh, unless...
Yeah, that's my real surname. Tadpole begun as a stage name, but now I just wear it as my name.
Right, sorry. Makes sense. A stage name, huh?
So the book contains photos of these three women, one of whom we've established is you, Tadpole, since it has your old name written on the back.
What of it?
It probably means the book didn't originally belong to you.
Right. Why would you have a record of yourself?
I told you, it's nothing to do with Mortuga.
So who does it belong to?
Nobody.
We need a clue to compare with the pocketbook. Something to suggest who the original owner was. The scratch on the cover is an engraving of the WW initials because it was made by Waylon Wolf.
So the man in this photo, Waylon Wolf, we think was the head of some kind of traveling show, a group that you, Tadpole, used to be a member of.
Hey, look at that. I'm actually impressed.
Presumably the pocketbook is where he kept records of the various people he had dealings with. Tanya Tadpole, Mariana Moon, Baroness Fortuna.
The first two we know about. But what about Fortuna? What does she have to do with Wolf?
Baroness Fortuna owns the Fortuna Hall Theater in Silkworm on Sea. We actually passed it on the way to the Stonetop Inn. It's all boarded up now. Perhaps Wolf's traveling performers came through Silkworm on Sea at one point, and perhaps some of them never left. It might be why Madame Tadpole's in this part of the world in the first place.
So, if the pocketbook originally belonged to Waylon Wolf, Tadpole, how did you end up with it?
I took it from him. I assure you, he doesn't need it anymore.
So, it really doesn't have anything to do with Mortuga.
But in that case, what was that argument about?
Not an argument.
Come on, give it up. Just let me take it.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I cannot.
But why'd you even need...
I've told you before.
No, you haven't. All you've ever told me is that you're...
Right, fine, I'll tell you. But you better not get all excited. I was trying to convince him to leave the submarine and give up the captaincy to me.
What?
Not because I wanted to be captain, but because I could tell Magnus didn't. I believe his tenure on board the submarine was some kind of self-imposed punishment. But I thought maybe he'd suffered enough. Maybe he deserved another shot at...
At what?
At whatever it is he actually wanted.
Mariana, you arrived in the submarine shortly before Mortuga was killed.
Correct.
And yet, you still haven't told us how or why you're here. I find that pretty suspicious.
Oh, it's most suspicious. I quite agree.
She's not talking.
Somebody asked you to come onto the submarine.
And how, may I ask, would somebody do such a thing?
They called your phone.
A phone, you say? Well, not me. Oh, no. I'm no good with technology.
Huh. I'm not sure that's entirely true, is it? We'll get to that in a minute. It didn't escape our notice that your pipe is a fairly sophisticated dictaphone. I'm pretty sure that counts as technology.
A dictaphone, yes, but not a telephone.
But you do have a phone. Or at least you did at one point. For whatever reason, there's a photo of you in this pocketbook, and beneath it, a phone number. I assume it's your number.
Of course it is.
But you...
Are you watching? I'm only going to show you this once. Ready? Moon phone. Nice, isn't it? Had it custom made.
Can we look?
No, you can't look at it. The battery's perished. I haven't used it in several days.
But if your number is written down in the pocketbook, then anyone on the submarine could have called you, back when you still had battery.
They'd have the number, but how would they call me from the submarine? There's nothing resembling a phone or a radio hooked up in the control room.
Dirk wouldn't need to use the ship's phone. Much like you, he's got his own.
What's more, there were 2 outgoing calls to your number.
Oh, dear me, someone doesn't know how to clear their call record.
So, you admit it was Dirk who called you?
Absolutely not.
But we just...
It wasn't Dirk.
I'm willing to bet it was Mortuga.
Do you deny it?
No. I just need to be careful what I say next.
Well, with this in mind, I think I can say why you're here on the submarine. Mariana Moon brought something onto the submarine to give to Mortuga.
You brought something onto the submarine. What was it, Mariana?
I can't say. I made a deal with Mortuga, and I intend to stick to it. I can't talk about any of this.
We found this box in Mortuga's quarters. You don't happen to know how to open it, do you?
I can't say. Sorry.
Thus confirming that this is what you brought on board for Mortuga. Otherwise, you'd be free to talk about it.
Damn.
So, you're only on the submarine because Mortuga asked you to bring him this box. What did you get in return? Money?
The answer was right there in your question. The answer was right there in your question.
In return,
You-
Mortuga
So,
not really.
what did you get in return?
The answer was right there in your question.
In return, Mortuga gave you access to the submarine.
Couldn't believe my luck. I'd been looking for the Mortuga submarine for some time, unsuccessfully, of course.
Why?
For a lifelong purveyor of local legends and urban folklore, this place is the Holy Grail.
So, I'm guessing you won't tell us what's in the box?
Correct. I shan't be doing that.
Or where it came from?
Or that. No. So don't even ask.
Actually, just by looking at it, I think we could work out where the box came from. We need a clue to compare with the black box. Something we can use to work out where it came from. This F emblem is the same as this F emblem, suggesting the box is from Fellow Manor.
That's what I get for diligently labeling my map, I see. Lovely.
Wait, so Mortuga called you up and asked you to get this box from Fellow Manor. What did he...
No, he didn't mention the box.
Then what?
He did ask me to go to Fellow Manor But what he wanted was information.
Oh, wait, why couldn't he go himself?
An excellent question. I'm still pondering that one myself.
So what kind of information did he ask you to get?
Can't tell you. Sorry.
But the information Mortuga wanted, whatever it was in the box.
I believe so.
How would you know? Did you open it?
She must have done.
And when you gave it to Mortuga, he must have opened it too, to check it had the information he wanted.
As I've said, I came on board the submarine via the foredeck, and Mortuga met me in the parlour. He took the box and told me to wait in the control room while he went down the hall into his cabin. So I waited in the control room. I was the only one in there, but,
What?
I could hear Mortuga opening the box.
How?
I've no idea. He was on the other side of the ship, but I could hear him quite clearly. Although it was quite a thin sound, rather like it was coming through a telephone.
I wonder. That's not it. We found this radio hidden in Mortuga's cabin. It's kind of busted. Seems to be turning on and off by itself.
So the radio was picking up the audio of Mortuga opening the box and transmitting it to the control room?
When I heard the sound, I did initially think it was coming from the control panel, but as I mentioned, it doesn't have any kind of radio. So it's still a mystery.
Did you record the sound on your little pipe dictaphone?
Of course.
You did? But we listened through all the tracks on the tape and didn't hear anything like that.
Oh, really? I'm quite sure I made a recording of it.
Hang on. What kind of sound are we even talking about? The sound of someone opening a box? Mariana, how would you even know what you were hearing?
Oh, that's simple. It's because he was talking to someone while he opened it.
What?
Who?
I don't know. I could only hear Mortuga's voice. But he was definitely having a conversation.
Was he talking to himself?
I suppose it's possible.
What was he saying?
I don't really remember.
Ugh, thanks a lot. This has been frustrating from start to finish.
My pleasure.
Hello? Ha-ha! How about you? I've been looking forward to this part.
Yeah, there is something or someone that I'd like to ask you about.
Cornelius? What about him?
His function. Is because that was wrong.
Cornelius? What about him?
His appearance. I don't think he looks quite like he's supposed to.
What a thing to say! You've only just met him!
Now you mention it, they don't match at all. The one you've got is a different shape, and it's made of wood.
This is what you're grilling me about.
Why would the two canes look different, though?
Rip made a new cane after arriving on the submarine.
What a damning accusation. Yes, I made a new cane, and yes, it's made of wood. Where are you going with this?
Why do you want a cane in the first place?
Mr. Grips always had Cornelius Kane as his sidekick. It's an integral part of the branding for Mr. Grips Emporium. Where are you going with this?
What happened to the original cane?
I left him at home when I went off in my balloon. I thought I ought to leave the trappings of the brand behind me, but it wasn't to be, clearly. Where are you going with this?
Where did the wood come from?
I forget.
We'll get to that later.
There's a faint resemblance, I suppose. But aren't the wheel spokes a fair bit shorter than Cornelius? Remarkable! This is quite the revelation.
Oh, wait, you're saying you didn't know the wood came from the wheel?
Of course I didn't. Why would I know anything about that?
Because you've also got the rest of the broken wheel pieces. So, Grip, I have to ask, do you know anything about how the ship's wheel was broken?
Yes, I was there when the wheel was broken. In fact, Mortuga and I, we broke it.
You broke it?
I was trying to take control of the wheel, and Mortuga forcibly wrenched it out of my grip. He was very strong, you see.
Wait, you tried to steer the submarine without permission?
I did.
Why?
There'd been a disagreement. It's nothing, really, not important.
A disagreement? About what? Where to take the submarine?
Something like that. Oh, right. I'd forgotten you'd seen that.
Map interpreted by Godric Grip. For customer, Magnus Mortuga.
It's a record of service from your shop. Not the one here in the submarine, but the real one in the town.
It's all there in black and white, I suppose. Yes, indeed. Some time ago, Mortuga came into my shop. He showed me the map and asked if I'd be able to interpret it for some voyage he was planning.
Interpret it?
It's marked with an X, but there's nothing in the way of coordinates, nor are there any apparent landmarks, given that it's just describing an area of ocean.
So, how did you work it out?
By employing every ounce of my skill, by working harder than I'd ever worked. Something about that map, the mystery of it, the feeling of chasing down the unknown. It grabbed me, and it didn't let go. For 2 weeks, it was all I thought about. I was so focused on it, I barely slept. Easily the most thrilling job I'd ever taken on. I even waived the payment. I couldn't in good conscience charge for something I'd enjoyed so much. The problem was, afterwards, all my other work suddenly seemed banal. I began to daydream of that thrilling feeling, that pursuit of the unknown. It led me to eventually close up shop and head out in my balloon, on a voyage of my own, which, as you know, ended rather abruptly.
Right.
But to be pulled from the ocean by Magnus Mortuga himself, and to find that very same map laying on his desk. I asked him at once if he'd ever followed the map to the coordinates, and he said he hadn't. I was disappointed at first, but then I realized we had the submarine. We could still go, right now. But Mortuga told me we would be doing no such thing. In fact, we weren't to be navigating anywhere. Instead, he seemed insistent in hovering near the Silkworm Coast, like something was keeping him tethered to it.
So, you tried steering the submarine yourself?
I'd convinced myself it was what Mortuga secretly wanted, even if he was refusing to admit it. I thought a little nudge might be just what he needed, get him out of his comfort zone, you know. But as I've already admitted, it didn't go to plan. Mortuga came into the control room, we briefly thought the wheel was broken, and that was it. My request denied, I soon found myself opening a new branch of Grip's Emporium right here in the engine room, which, of course, necessitated the construction of a new Cornelius cane.
There's one thing I don't understand. If Mortuga didn't intend to use the map, why did he keep it around?
I don't suppose we'll ever find out.
I think I know.
You do?
Mm-hmm. There's a good reason why Mortuga didn't want to follow the map. There's a good reason why Mortuga didn't want to follow the map. He decided it was too dangerous.
Wait, really?
You know what? Let's try that again. There's a good reason why Mortuga didn't want to follow the map. He'd already followed it.
What makes you say that?
That's not it. This is a film of Magnus Mortuga and a woman named Felicia Stonetop. They're talking about their plans to follow the map.
Remarkable. Wait, was that filmed here on the submarine?
No, in fact, it's not a submarine at all. That's not it. The ship was called the Dearest Selena, but it belonged to Felicia Stonetop. She was the captain and Mortuga was her helmsman. See, he's at the top there, manning the wheel.
You know, that's been on his desk since I arrived, and I never once thought to ask him about it.
So, okay, we know they intended to follow the map, but do we know if they actually managed it?
Good point. Making plans is one thing, but a successful expedition is quite another.
I can't be sure, but there was something we found here in the submarine. Something that suggests to me Mortuga actually did reach the center of the map.
What's that got to do with it? Oh yeah, look at that. I think you might be right.
But why didn't he just tell me? What did he find in the ocean that was such a big secret? Surely it wasn't just this. It hardly seems like anything at all.
Well, buoys are normally put in place to mark a position.
The position of something else in the ocean?
It has to be. Think about it. If the buoy wasn't attached to anything, then it would have floated away, making the map worthless.
So, if they found the buoy when they went to the center of the map...
It was only because it was attached to something else at the time.
I think it's finally time to make our report to Cynthia.
She'll be thrilled.
Hey, do you have a minute? We're, ready to make our report.
What's wrong?
I appreciate your hard work. Truly. However, I think it's time you left.
What?
We didn't even tell you what we found.
People are starting to accuse each other. I don't like it.
So you're giving up? You're not gonna see this through?
Sorry, but I just think... maybe...
What? That's just the way it's meant to be?
I need to go. Everyone's gathering in the mess hall. I'll resurface the submarine, and you can leave via the foredeck.
I guess we'd better go.
She can't be serious. I really don't appreciate being kicked out. She didn't even pay us.
We can worry about that later. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're currently stranded out here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, so how is Cynthia expecting us to leave the submarine? Hey, buddy. Been a while. What?
It's boy, by the way.
No, it's buoy.
Agree to disagree?
Disagree to disagree.
It's the rowing boat.
Oh, wait, you don't think... Did Cynthia really think we'd use that boat? Or did she just forget to take the submarine back to town?
I don't know.
She seemed really off. Did something happen?
I think she's just getting scared.
Scared of what? Exposing a murderer?
Of the truth. Of facing the truth and all the consequences of it. Whatever they end up being.
We're not really going to leave, are we?
No, we're not done. Not yet.
But what do we do?
Remember what Cynthia said? Everyone's gathering in the mess hall. Seems like something of an opportunity.
Aha. Not just that, but we're back on the surface too.
We sure are.
So, what are we waiting for?
We've got work to do. This is the lever you pulled?
Yeah, so leave it alone. I don't want it to go dark again. Everyone's in here. I don't think they've spotted us.
Let's stay back here. Maybe we can listen in on what they're each talking about.
Eavesdropping?
I never used that word, but yeah.
Wouldn't let me stay in the school. No, you wouldn't like that. They could go out on the arm deck.
How it's still in the pocket of Mom's jacket.
Well, let us suppose.
I was talking to Hattie. Before I recorded Mortuga opening the black box.
Safely concealed behind my bookcase.
Maybe I should start blocking my door while I'm not
Holy... Grimoire, there's a giant wooden woman tied to the back of the submarine.
I was wondering if they kept this. I half expected to find it inside the submarine somewhere, but it's too big to fit in the storeroom, I guess. It's the figurehead. It's the door leading back into the captain's quarters.
The one part that actually looks like it belongs on a submarine.
There's a big metal latch, but
What?
it just seems odd that you'd be able to latch the door from the outside.
Huh.
Or
Or what?
it's the other or.
From the rowing boat on the foredeck? What's it doing over here?
Tadpole told us she threw it over here.
And it got stuck in the wall. And hasn't moved since.
Seems like it.
Are those... They can't be. Wouldn't they get washed away?
It almost looks like they're burned into the wood. They're permanent. It's the aft deck.
It doesn't look anything like the foredeck.
Of course not.
It's the mast.
It's been snapped in half, and it's leaning to one side.
A bad storm, maybe?
It's the aft deck.
It doesn't look...
Of course not.
What? You just said something.
No, I didn't.
But... Never mind.
Don't touch that door. It goes right out into the ocean.
I doubt you could open it if you wanted to. It's probably pressure locked while the room is drained of water.
But if the room was full of water...
Then yeah, you could use it to go outside. It's a real, actual treasure chest.
Let's open it.
Hold on. I'm just savoring the moment. And done. I did it.
Good job. What's inside?
Ouch. Ouch.
What happened?
I cut my finger. There's something sharp in there. I guess it was the coral that's sharp. It's weird. It's like crystal. What's wrong with you?
It's actually treasure. Coins, pearls, gems. Standard treasure.
You were hoping for something else?
I assumed to be something weird. Something confusing. Something to turn the case on its head, you know? Rocks, complete with their own barnacles, seaweed, and starfish.
I assume they're decorative, but they're real. There's a drain here.
That must be how the room fills and empties itself with water. Why is there an upside-down dome attached to the bottom of the submarine?
I guess it's a bit like a glass-bottom boat.
So it's just for looking out into the ocean?
Maybe. I can see the airlock through the hole in the ceiling. There's coral growing down here, too.
It's the ladder.
It wasn't easy to climb down, but it'll be even harder to climb back up.
I guess it'd be easier if it was full of water. You know, you could just swim to the top.
I'll stick with the ladder.
Hello? Hex?
Is he still asleep?
Hello.
Sorry, you startled me.
Hex is my friend. I may be of help. His thoughts and memories are wrought visible upon his skin. Surely you wish for him to think upon the last time he saw Magnus Mortuga?
Yeah, sounds good. What's she doing? She's just tapping the glass.
Shh.
It is done.
Thanks.
I was never here.
Wait, where'd she go?
Never mind that. Take a look at this.
Now Cynthia's not here, we can finally take a closer look at that jacket.
We could, but it's still locked behind glass.
There must be some way to get at it. Well, there's an electronic panel over here. Some kind of switch, maybe?
That's not it.
So we've got to move. There's a way to rotate them too, but it's kind of indirect. Oh, that was it.
Nice work. I've been dying to check in the pockets of this thing. Oh, hey, there's something, bulky.
Ooh, it's a radio.
It's just like that one we found in the captain's cabin. Well, almost.
You know, maybe we should go back to the mess hall.
I thought we were avoiding it. Everyone's in there right now.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why it might be useful.
Let's take another look at this bookshelf. Why don't you reach in? Maybe there's a switch or something on the other side?
Why don't you?
Because I absolutely do not want to.
Ugh. Here goes. Got it. The bookcase moved. It was a secret door. Sally, You must be thrilled.
My secret door quota is well on the way to being met. Is that what I think it is?
I want to take a closer look at it, but it's locked behind glass.
Hey, it's a crystal ball.
On a normal day, that'd be worth a look. But I think we've already hit our crystal ball capacity.
Bottles.
Of what?
No, you know, stuff.
Trinkets.
Keepsakes.
Curios.
Ephemera.
Yeah, good one. It's an armillary sphere.
Usually the rings are set around the Earth or the Sun, but this one has a little clawed foot in the center.
I don't have the mental capacity to consider the implications of that. What's that? A letter?
2 letters.
Hang on. Is that?
Yeah, it's Boggy. The swamp monster from Boggy's Bog. Don't panic, it's just a wax model.
We can't seem to get away from this guy. This looks like one of those metal masks they used to make prisoners wear.
When did they do that?
You know, the olden times.
Right. There's a bunch of little skulls down here.
There we go.
Nice.
Now what?
Oddities.
Knickknacks.
Doodads.
Assorted anomalous artifacts.
Nice.
So, it's a unicorn skull?
Slow down. Could just be a narwhal.
A narwhal's horn is on the end of its nose.
Oh, yeah. Unicorn it is.
Maybe I should start locking my door when I'm not in there.
Behind Bella.
Wouldn't let you
Maybe it's time we took another look at this iron bell.
So, we've been calling it a bell this whole time.
It's not a bell at all. It's a mechanism that connects to another clue. The hanging part slots into the shape on the lid to lock or unlock the cauldron.
If the bell attaches onto the top of the cauldron, then it must be possible to move it down into the room below, into the illusion theater.
What are you suggesting? We carry it along the hallway, down a ladder, along another hallway?
No, there's gotta be some simple way to do it.
Yeah, let's take another look at this room. Should we move the table?
I'll let you do that.
Should we move the rug? Me again, huh? Should we move the lid?
I can take this one.
Wow, thanks. It's open.
Looks like it's exactly the right size for the bell to go through.
So what now? Do we just turn the rope winch ourselves?
I guess we could, but it's probably easier if we use the handle.
I don't see a handle.
That's because it's not in this room.
Ah.
So this was Mortuga's.
Where did he sleep?
It's not his bedroom. There must be a way to get this open.
We'll just have to hope we stumble across the answers somewhere else.
I wonder if there was something we missed in Mariana's room. You know, the cargo hold?
It's Mariana's tent, and she's not here to stop us looking inside.
So, is there anything in there?
Yep, a mushroom puzzle box.
A what?
That's the one.
Good job. It opened.
What's in there?
It's a little plastic thing. Oh, wait, I know what this is. It's a tape from Mariana's dictaphone.
Hello, who's this?
My name is Magnus Mortuga.
Oh, yeah? Just happen to have my number, do you? Listen, buddy.
I'm not lying to you. You and I share a mutual acquaintance, and she has informed me of your skill set. I wish to hire you, and I believe I have something I can offer in payment.
I'm listening. What are you after?
I'm in need of information. Information about a woman named Felicia Stonetop. I really don't know why you're here. This doesn't concern you. Even if it does, it is wholly unrelated to our unfortunate voyage. It doesn't open that way, it slides out at the side. Let me do it. There's something inside. Wait, what's this?
That recording. It's Mortuga opening the black box.
It's what Mariana said she recorded while she was in the control room.
And just like she said, Mortuga's having a one-sided conversation.
I think it's missing half the audio. If only we could hear the whole thing.
Even as it is, I'd say this is a pretty important discovery.
Oh?
We finally know how to open the black box.
Do we?
Yep. It's no wonder we couldn't get the lid open.
Maybe there is a way to open it after all.
It slides out at the side. Let me do it.
It's a film reel.
The rain is incessant, but it's oddly localized, like a local biome. Fluid. What I believe to be amniotic fluid is being diluted. I'm curious to see what happens. We believe it was born here long ago. How long, I cannot say. We found traces of its pilgrimage to the south. It's barren for some miles until, of course, you near the coast. Follow the line and you'd come to a small settlement known as Silkworm. It may be endangered, or it may hold a position of insight. I'm not sure. I'd like to suggest one of you travel there and find out. Faustus, I thought perhaps this might interest you in particular. Ask for a man named Solomon Stonetop.
It's a scroll.
Yeah, I know.
Should we put it back together?
All in good time. It's an envelope. Those black edges.
Yeah, it's a mourning envelope. It's used to send news of someone's death. Well, Tadpole's not here.
Thus, you're free to start breaking her belongings.
Now we can finally take a proper look at this.
Well, that looked familiar.
It's a secret third page of the command contract.
Secret second page, technically.
Is that everything?
Nearly. There's one more room we need to revisit. Well, here we are. One last time.
There must be some way to get the iron bell to lower onto the cauldron. We'd better shut it.
Let's leave it shut for now. There must be a way to lower the iron bell into this room. There must be a way to lower the iron bell.
That poster, it's taped to a pipe on the wall.
The pipe looks a little loose. Do you think it's supposed to move? What do you know? It fits perfectly. So when the iron bell is placed over the cauldron, it can be used to lock or unlock the lid.
It could, if we can work out how to activate it.
I can't quite reach both handles at the same time. Maybe if my arms were a little longer.
You know, you don't have to stand there with your face pressed into it.
I'm not.
Because there's two of us. We can take one handle each.
Oh, right.
That little metal part isn't supposed to be there, huh?
I wonder.
Let's put this together, shall we?
Go ahead.
So, Mortuga opened the cauldron in order to take something out of it. And that's when he was killed.
Okay, but how was he killed?
The iron bell.
We know that the cauldron lid is unlocked by that screwdriver kind of thing on the iron bell.
And so, if Mortuga wanted to unlock the cauldron, he'd first have to lower the bell into this room, like we just did.
You know, we've actually got evidence for this. First-hand evidence, no less. That's not it. That's not it. Nope. That's not it. Hex had a memory of seeing Mortuga through the window of the Illusion Theater.
Oh yeah, look at that. The dark shape that lowers down in front of Mortuga. That's the iron bell.
Must be. But then to actually unlock the cauldron, you have to turn the handles on both sides of the bell.
Yeah, well, we just did that too. It was easy.
I mean, sure, if you've got two people taking one handle each, but how did Mortuga do it?
He did it by himself.
You think?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's even a record of him trying to do this once before.
Is there? What kind of record?
Felicia Stonetop's diary. From their time on the Dearest Selina. Magnus put his arms around it to turn the things. He can just about reach, but I told him not to do it like that. Might not be safe, since we don't know exactly what'll happen. So I said we could do it together, one each.
So Mortuga could do it by himself, but only just.
Right, only just. In order to reach both sides, he had to place his body directly up against the bell, just like you were trying to do before I told you not to.
And that's what got him killed?
The metal thing was wedged into the iron bell to kill Mortuga when it rotated around. Mortuga was cut straight across the neck when the upper section of the bell swung around. We saw how fast it goes, and it's really heavy. It must have a whole load of force behind it.
The little metal thing, it's not actually part of the iron bell. Someone must have put it there.
Right, the culprit, presumably, knowing it would kill Mortuga if and when he tried to unlock the cauldron. Only it's, kind of small. Even if you did press up against the bell, I'm not sure it's long enough or sharp enough to cut you.
It was longer, but it's been broken in half. The part sticking out of the bell isn't the complete murder weapon. It's a fragment left behind when it was broken. Presumably, when the culprit took it back out.
A fragment of what? A knife?
Something that belonged to the culprit. Yeah, let's do that again. The part sticking out of the bell is a fragment left behind.
A fragment of what? A knife?
Something that belonged to Mortuga.
Sure about that?
Not really. The part sticking out of the bell, it's a fragment.
A fragment of what? A knife?
Something taken out of the black box. Nope. The envelope's empty now, but there's an imprint of what was in there when Mortuga first opened the box. It's pretty clear. You can see exactly what shape it is.
Okay, but what is it? And why was it in that envelope?
A pair of scissors.
Really?
I'm gonna try that again. The envelope's empty now, but it's pretty clear.
Okay, but what is it? And why was it in that envelope? Okay, but what is it?
A necklace.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
It once belonged to Felicia Stonetop. She's wearing it in the painting. I'm pretty sure she is, anyway.
I don't know. It doesn't show the necklace very clearly. It's half hidden in her dress.
Here it is, as worn by Selena Stonetop, Felicia's mother, who presumably passed it down to her daughter. I'm assuming that's why it was eventually sent back to Silkworm, back to its original owner after Felicia died.
So, the mourning envelope was sent to Fellow Manor, and then Selena, or Governor Fellow, or whoever, they put it in the black box.
And then eventually Mariana comes along, finds the box, brings it onto the submarine, and hands it to Magnus Mortuga.
Who then opens it while he's in the captain's cabin with the culprit.
I really don't know why you're here. This doesn't concern you. Even if it does, it is wholly unrelated to our unfortunate voyage. It doesn't open that way. It slides out at the side. Let me do it. There's something inside. Wait. What's this?
What happened next?
Well, we know Mortuga didn't stay too long in the captain's cabin, since Mariana told us he came back into the control room.
So, maybe Mortuga left the culprit in the cabin with a necklace?
And that's when they could have wedged it into the side of the iron bell, so that if Mortuga attempted to unlock the cauldron by himself,
it would be the last thing he ever did. There's something I don't understand.
What?
Mortuga opened the cauldron in order to take something out, and that's when he was killed.
Right.
So why was the cauldron empty?
The culprit stole the contents of the cauldron. That's the only way to explain it.
But how did they get to it?
How did they get to the cauldron? You mean because the room was locked?
Well, not technically locked, but Mortuga turned the wheel to shut the bulkhead door from the inside, and he shut it tight, probably as tight as he could, and by all accounts he was pretty strong.
The culprit didn't need to use that door. They came in via the captain's cabin. You know, through the hole in the floor.
Surely Mortuga would have made sure nobody could get into the captain's cabin.
How?
He had a key, he would have locked it.
You think?
Definitely, since he'd have rearranged it like we just did, moving the desk and the rug to reveal the hole. He wouldn't want anyone wandering in and seeing that.
So the culprit would have needed the eyeball key.
Mm-hmm.
But how? I doubt Mortuga left it lying around. He probably took it with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mortuga did take the key into the illusion theater.
But then he died in a locked room. So how did someone else get hold of it?
eyeball key fell through the vent under the cauldron and landed in the bilge.
It fell into the bilge.
Remember how it smelled kind of weird? That's the bilge water smell.
So the eyeball key just happened to roll across the floor and into the vent?
No, it didn't happen by accident. The culprit tilted the submarine. Making the submarine surface tilts the front end up and the back end down.
They moved the whole submarine just for that?
Yep.
Did we, have any evidence for that?
Aside from most of the suspects mentioning it in their statements.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
A phenomenon observed at the crime scene.
Mortuga's blood. It pulled out first, but then started running down towards the bilge vent. Anything else?
A clue found at the crime scene.
The moon vial. How is that evidence of the submarine tilting?
It makes sense if you know where it came from.
Oh yeah, we found a part of it that got left behind. So the moon vial rolled right off Mortuga's desk and through the hole in the floor. Anything else?
A clue found in the control room.
A log card from the day of the murder. It shows the depth of the submarine.
It starts at 0. That's when it surfaced. Presumably that's when Mariana came on board. It steadily goes down, but then later it suddenly goes back up again. Once the culprit had the key, they could let themselves into the captain's cabin, which, as we know, gave them access to the crime scene from above.
They climbed down the rope, through the hole, and into this room, where they were free to take the contents of the cauldron for themselves.
Although, to get out, they'd need to climb back up the bell rope, meaning they'd have to leave the Illusion Theater with the iron bell still lowered onto the cauldron.
Right, well, I figured they just turned the rope winch manually. I'm sure you could, even if it's not how you're supposed to do it.
And after that, all they had to do was cover the hole back up with a rug on the desk.
And lock the captain's cabin on their way out. It's about time we went to speak with everyone else.
Mess hall?
Let's go.
Where did everyone go?
Wait, do you hear that? I can hear them arguing. I think they're above us.
In the parlor? What's going on?
Look, I know this isn't ideal, but this is just how it needs to be until we can—
Cynthia, you have visitors?
Hi. Hey.
We're back.
What's going on?
Cynthia's decided to lock us in.
I've just locked the foredeck access, just for the time being.
How come?
She may have gone mad. We're still assessing.
She's worried the culprit will attempt to escape as soon as they're named.
Oh, we're naming the culprit? Lovely. Been looking forward to this.
We're still doing that? I thought Cynthia fired the detective dudes.
She didn't fire us.
On the contrary, we've been pretty busy.
Oh? Doing what?
What else? Solving the mystery.
Same place. So what are we looking at? Do you have the murder weapon?
No.
Kinda?
Right, kinda.
Cynthia, maybe you should have fired them.
No, look, listen to me. Mortuga was killed by the mechanism of the iron bell. It lowers onto the cauldron and they fit together. It's a big mechanical lock.
Right, And there's this little metal thing wedged in the side. It's not part of the iron bell itself, but it was the place. They got in and out without ever opening or closing the bulkhead door.
So, the murder weapon...
It's a necklace?
Felicia Stonetop's necklace.
And it's still missing?
Right. Apart from a small fragment that snapped off and was left in the iron bell.
And Mortuga was killed because he tried to take something out of the cauldron?
Take what out of the cauldron?
It can only really be one thing. The one thing that all of this has been about. The mermaid's tongue.
The mermaid's what?
It's a kind of ancient artifact. Mortuga found it on a sea voyage years ago.
Right. The same voyage captured on this film reel and depicted in this bottle.
Captain Felicia Stonetop and her helmsman, Magnus Mortuga. They went off into the ocean on a ship named the Dearest Selina.
And came back with a mermaid's tongue.
And that's what Mortuga kept in the cauldron?
But it was empty. It's been empty since we discovered the murder.
Quite right. If this mermaid's tongue came out of the cauldron, where's it been this whole time?
Well, we found it in Dr. Zephyr's cabinet of curiosity.
Did you? Fascinating.
But what is it? What does it do?
The mermaid's tongue, said to facilitate communication with she who lies beyond the veil.
Requires a special key to operate. Huh.
A key? What kind of key?
Wait, facilitate communication? What does that actually mean?
It's a translator. When worn over one's head, the mermaid's tongue allows you to commune with the mermaid. Thus the name tongue, referring not to an appendage, but to the language spoken by the mermaid.
How nice.
Anyone gonna tell me who the mermaid is, or...
So there's a painting, painted by Selina Stonetop, we think.
And a photograph taken with the submarine's underwater imaging system.
And, why would you need a translator to talk to her? And she's not local, or what?
She speaks a language none of us could understand. It is said that attempting to commune with her without harnessing the mermaid's tongue would drive one mad.
But how does it work?
Nobody knows.
Nice. Convenient.
It is a powerful and priceless artifact.
Oh, it's powerful, all right. Look what it's doing to all of you.
I don't know, guys. I'm not sure if I'm buying into this thing. Kinda just looks like some grody old leather mask. Kinda just looks like some grody old leather mask.
That's because it is.
Are you sure?
Not really, no.
Kinda just looks like some grody old leather mask.
That's because it's not complete.
How do you know?
So this image here, it's a photograph of a drawing. A cropped photograph, too. The good news is, we've got the real thing. It turns out the ocean map shows what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, sure. Just help yourself to the stuff in my personal treasure chest. I don't mind.
That antenna, is that coral? It looks sharp.
It is, and it's hard, like crystal. I'm pretty sure it explains the scratch marks in the cauldron.
But why did Mortuga keep it locked in the cauldron?
Because he wanted to keep it hidden from everyone. The mermaid's tongue being on board was a secret Mortuga was keeping. The cauldron was covered by the sailcloth and locked in the storeroom, and Mortuga wanted to keep it that way.
It's true. When he saw my poster, he told me we had to keep the cauldron covered up.
Why the cauldron, though? Wouldn't it have been less conspicuous if he just kept it in a wooden crate or something?
Keeping the mermaid's tongue in the cauldron wasn't something Mortuga came up with himself. Even before he ever found it, it's just where it's always been kept. There it is, see? In the cauldron, beneath the iron bell, beneath the wooden buoy.
But that was a long time ago. How do you know the mermaid's tongue was still in the cauldron at the time of the murder?
Well, Tadpole told us about someone she saw on the aft deck shortly after the murder. She described it as a demon, with a single horn and glowing eyes.
The culprit, wearing the mermaid's tongue.
Right. We figured they'd just taken it from the cauldron after killing Mortuga.
So the culprit knew about the mermaid's tongue, knew what it was, knew how to use it?
Definitely.
But Mortuga never really told us about any of this. How did the culprit know about it?
Because they were the third person on the Dearest Selena voyage.
The third person?
In addition to Magnus Mortuga and Felicia Stonetop, I assume.
Right. It was a crew of 3, not 2.
And what evidence have you collected to support this?
Evidence? Let's see. Mortuga's film reel.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Spooky.
Let's see. The audio recording of Mortuga opening the black box.
What recording is this?
I really don't know why you're here. This doesn't concern you. Even if it does, it is wholly unrelated to our unfortunate voyage.
Mortuga is talking to the third person from the voyage.
Is he? I only hear the one voice.
Nope. Before it reached Mariana's pipe, the audio was transmitted from the cabin to the control room by these radios. Only they're faulty, or one of them is, at least. It turns itself on and off every few seconds. The cadence happened to line up with the conversation, so you only get Mortuga's half.
Huh. That's quite the coincidence. Personally, if I'd written that, I'd feel guilty.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Mr. Werman.
Yeah.
Let's see. The ship in a bottle. The ship in a bottle rattles when you shake it because a model of someone else is hidden inside the ship.
I knew there was something in there. Someone in there.
Well, there we are. Quite a bit of evidence as it stands.
All right, but does any of that tell you who it actually is?
Potentially, yeah. The ship in a bottle rattling when you shake it.
Wait, the model person inside the ship? There's a way to work out who it is?
I can think of a way.
Let's do it with logic and reasoning, shall we? First, we'll compare the ship in a bottle with Mortuga's other wooden model.
The model town. What about it?
The people who aren't in the town.
What do you mean?
Mortuga and Felicia aren't in the town because they're on the ship. Selina too, I suppose, since she's the figurehead.
I don't think they're who she's talking about.
It's important to remember that the model town is specific to Mortuga's life. When adding the model figures, he only included people he had dealings with. And he only detailed the buildings he was familiar with. The rest are just generic blocks. With this in mind, there's someone else who should be here, but isn't. Mortuga made a detailed model of Grip's shop. It's not a generic cube like everything else, which means there should be a model of Grip himself. But it's not there.
But why would Mortuga include Grip in his model town? Did they know each other?
And if they did, how did Grip end up going along on Mortuga's ship?
There's a sticker on the back of the map. It's a service record from Grip's shop. Mortuga hired Grip to interpret the ocean map, which he did. But Grip didn't ask for payment in money. Instead, he asked to come on the voyage.
This isn't proof. Not really.
Well, there is one thing we could...
Do it. If you don't, I will.
Mr. Grip being on that ship isn't actually evidence that he murdered Mortuga. What about the murder weapon? What happened to it?
Right. Nor is this evidence that he used the mermaid's tongue. Wouldn't he have needed that special key?
Grip still has both the murder weapon and the key. That's not it.
guess this is it. Plot the unplottable, chart the unchartable, measure the unmeasurable. A hollow promise, such feats belong not to mortal hands. But after years of fraudulently offering this to others, I began, in earnest, to yearn for it myself. A quiet desire to journey into the unknown, to quantify it. A lifelong coward, I could never convince myself to act on it. I tell myself as an excuse that I never had any kind of opportunity to act on it. Until one day, I did. Mortuga sought out my services. Not because we were friends, but simply because I was the one with the skills to interpret that inscrutable map of his. Sensing an opportunity at long last, I refused financial payment for the work. Instead, I asked to be brought along on the ensuing voyage. Mortuga was surprised by the request, but he ultimately agreed to my terms. Such was his desire to interpret the map. The work was done, and so we went. Despite my bold intentions, I mostly found myself sheltering within Felicia's cabin during the voyage. All the while, she and Mortuga stood around on deck looking windswept and heroic, far more at home on the sea than I. Regret reared its head. Regret over inviting myself into their world. From within the cabin, I sat and listened to their conversation. Felicia was telling Mortuga what they were looking for, what they were hoping to find.
Did Felicia know what it was before she found it?
Somehow she did. Her description to Mortuga was thus: a mask worn over the head. It facilitates communication with an ancient being of eternal mystery.
That's really how she worded it?
With the right contraption in your pocket, even the great unknown may be quantified and calculated. And here it was. Not a map, not a compass, but a communication device. A translator. Besides knowing what it was, Felicia also knew how to find it. How its location in the ocean would be marked with a wooden buoy that glows with green light. We waited. Night fell. But before long we were indeed signaled by this very light, and the buoy was sighted. Mortuga hauled it up, pulled it all up, right onto the deck. It was heavy, but he was strong. The bell and the cauldron locked together to form that single shape. Mortuga went to unlock it by himself, but Felicia cautioned him against it. She warned that it could be dangerous to stand so close, as the mechanism would be surely powerful. And so they unlocked it together, taking a handle each. Felicia took the mermaid's tongue from within the cauldron.
Did it have the coral and the gemstone eyes?
Yes, they were attached.
And what about the necklace?
Felicia had it around her neck.
She'd come prepared, clearly.
Did she use it?
Yes, I watched her do it. She used the necklace key to wind up the mermaid's tongue and placed it over her head. Felicia spoke through the mask. Her voice was changed. The mermaid was summoned. Entranced, I rushed out onto the deck and leaned over the side. Mortuga clambered up to the wheel in an attempt to steer us away from harm. The mermaid reached out and grabbed the wheel.
And Mortuga's right shoulder?
Yes, of course.
His fingerprint mark.
Mortuga held fast, but a portion of the wheel broke off and fell into the ocean. With her other hand, the mermaid grabbed the mast, almost snapping it in two. The ship buckled and I was thrown off the side into the ocean. I was underwater, but I was held in place by a hand. her hand. She was speaking to me, but it was a language I could not understand. I wanted so much to understand. Sensing the disconnect, she let go. A moment passed, a lifetime. I became vaguely aware that I was about to drown, but I didn't want to leave. At this moment, the broken piece from the ship's wheel floated up in front of me. By its intervention, I was reminded of my earthly existence, my life beyond this singular moment. I was overwhelmed with a cowardly desire to return to the surface, to see the sun, to live, to breathe. I grabbed onto the broken wheel and let it carry me up to the surface. The mermaid was nowhere to be seen. Neither was the dearest Selena.
Wait, the wood from the broken wheel. It eventually became Cornelius Kane.
Correct. It has been my earthly tether. The feel of the wood in my hand, a tangible reminder of that desire I once felt to live and to breathe.
But what happened? Weren't you stranded in the ocean?
Somehow the currents carried me back to the Silkworm Coast. I took the broken wheel piece back home and fell into a deep sleep. After I awoke, I went looking for Felicia.
Not Mortuga.
No, Felicia.
Felicia had been the one wearing the mermaid's tongue.
Correct. Given what I knew of its function, I surmise she may have understood what the mermaid had said to me. I went to the Stone Top Inn, but Felicia was not there. I searched through the empty building until I came to Mortuga's room. I was encouraged to see that he had at least retained the wooden boy and the iron bell. Mortuga was in his bed, asleep. He looked ill, weak. I woke him up. I asked him about the mermaid's tongue. What had happened to it? Where was it? At first, Mortuga said nothing. He merely looked at me. He told me that he and Felicia had locked it away in the cauldron and thrown it back into the ocean. He said they'd kept the wooden boy so that nobody else would ever be able to find it, and they'd kept the iron bell so that even if someone was to come across the cauldron, they wouldn't be able to unlock it. I was horrified to learn this. My only chance of summoning and communicating with the mermaid lost beneath the waves. Or so I thought.
Did you ask about the necklace key?
Mortuga hadn't mentioned it, and I did not ask about it. At that time, I simply assumed it had been left in the mouth of the mermaid's tongue and thus would be in the cauldron. I demanded that we take the dearest Selena back out on a second voyage to recover the sunken cauldron. Mortuga said it was impossible. For one, the dearest Selena couldn't recover it from the bottom of the ocean if it was not attached to the boy. And secondly, Felicia had decommissioned the ship and it was being taken apart at the shipyard. In explanation, Mortuga handed me a folded piece of parchment. It had inscribed a note from Felicia. She was to be leaving town immediately. She did not say where she was going. Mortuga told me he had slept through Felicia's parting visit. He was distraught over it, heartbroken. With a desperate look, he asked me if Felicia had also come to visit me on her way out of town. I told him yes, she had. Mortuga's eyes opened wide. Did she say where she was going?
I must know. I have to know.
I told him yes. Yes, she told me where she was going, and she'd given me the address. His eyes widened further.
Give it to me. I need to know. I'll go after her.
I told him I would, in exchange for the mermaid's tongue. Tortuga told me again how it was impossible. There's no
way. It's lost. You need to let it go.
I didn't want to hear it. I left the inn still clutching the deeds. I went down to the shipyard and spoke with Donovan Drummond. He had begun taking apart the dearest Selina. I inquired about purchasing Drummond's unused submarine, the Seafoam submarine. He told me he would be willing to part with it, but it had never been finished. In order for it to be seaworthy, it would need several new parts that would take a long time to build. However, I was determined to find a solution.
You offered to buy both the Seafoam submarine and the dearest Selina.
Correct. I suggested we could use parts from the sailing ship to finish the submarine. Drummond merely asked how I was going to pay for 2 vessels. I showed him the deeds to the Stone Top Inn. He accepted it as payment.
Is the inn really worth as much as 2 vessels?
Perhaps not, but in truth I think Drummond was glad to have an excuse to part with them. Besides, I knew all too well the allure of a worthy challenge, a chance to put one's skills to their fullest. Indeed, the task of combining the 2 incomplete vessels into a single seaworthy one was highly intriguing to him, and so it was done.
But if you commissioned it, why was it called the Tortuga submarine? Who painted that on the foredeck?
Drummond did. He didn't want it to say Seafoam any longer. Too many painful memories.
But why Tortuga and not Grip?
Because Grip paid for it with the inn deeds, which were in Tortuga's name.
Right. Drummond assumed I was merely acting as intermediary for Tortuga, the true buyer.
Did you tell Tortuga what you'd done?
I told him of my intention to return to the ocean in a submarine I was having constructed. He wasn't happy about it, but the submarine took months to complete. That was enough time to convince him to come with me and help search for the mermaid's tongue.
He only came with you because you were pretending to know where Felicia had gone, and you were withholding it from him.
Correct.
What were you going to do if and when Tortuga realized you'd been lying to him?
It was worth the risk. There was no question of leaving the mermaid's tongue at the bottom of the ocean.
But it wasn't lost in the ocean. Tortuga had it the whole time.
Correct. As I had lied to him, he had lied to me. Tortuga smuggled the mermaid's tongue onto the submarine before we left. He didn't want to leave it behind, but he didn't want me to know he had it.
Smuggled? How?
Tortuga sent me a letter, inviting me to join him on the submarine.
Grip, did you know he'd done that?
Tortuga told me he was going to bring somebody else on board, an old friend, a collector of occult curiosities who might be helpful. But I didn't want anyone to know what we were doing, or what we were looking for. I told Tortuga not to mention me in the letter.
I followed Tortuga's instructions precisely. I arrived in Silkworm and went into the Stone Top Inn, where I found the locked cauldron. I placed it among my possessions and ventured onto the submarine waiting in the harbor.
We departed. Zephyr thought he and Tortuga were the only 2 souls on the ship. I stayed hidden for a week before staging a balloon crash and pretending that Tortuga had rescued me from the ocean. That way I was free to move around the submarine in view of Zephyr, but he could dismiss me as a hapless traveler picked up along the way.
So to begin with, it was just you 3.
But it didn't stay like that for long.
It didn't.
Well, that's about the long and short of it.
No,
What?
you can't leave it like that. You've left them with misconceptions. You should tell them what you know, all of it.
What do you mean?
Misconceptions?
Maybe one or two, yeah.
He always did think he would make the best captain, and he did want to leave.
But he couldn't. Not without the information he so desired.
Not just that. Since it turned out he had the mermaid's tongue on board the entire time, I don't think he wanted to leave me on the submarine with it. He didn't want me anywhere near it.
He was trying to protect you.
I'm aware.
So, who was it for?
Me. Once Mortuga found out the inn deeds had been used to pay for the submarine, he realized for the first time that he was its legal owner.
He really hadn't known that before?
No, he'd always assumed I paid for it with my own money. Armed with the new information, Mortuga attempted to use it to control me.
Thus, the command contract.
What exactly was he hoping to achieve?
To strong-arm me into telling him where Felicia had gone, and to cease my search for the mermaid's tongue.
But it didn't work.
Of course not.
Wasn't Mortuga supposed to be paperwork averse? I'm surprised to learn he would try to control someone with a contract.
Where would he even get an idea like that?
That's my bad. I ended up telling him all about contracts, you know, what they are, how they work. I guess Mortuga thought if I could be controlled by a contract, maybe someone else could be too.
So Mortuga wrote the letter?
Not exactly. It was his idea, but he wasn't one for writing by hand, so he asked me to do it for him.
But why Ibis?
Mortuga didn't want to reveal too much in the letter, so he had the idea to pretend to be a neutral third party. We learned about Ibis from that newspaper page, but it just needed to be someone you would listen to. Honestly, I'm surprised it worked.
Huh. This explains why Mortuga kept asking about my father.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that.
Were you able to tell him anything?
Afraid not. I haven't spoken to my father in years.
Do you think he would have known anything about Felicia? About what happened to her?
It's possible.
See? I told you. You didn't make him sad.
He just learned about the death of his beloved friend. What I did, it was...
You didn't know. Symmetry, let it go. Your anguish. That goes for all of you.
Mortuga's actions, his decisions, all motivated by that same singular desire.
It was all in effort to locate Felicia Stonetop.
Her.
Likewise, it transpires that Godric's actions were also motivated by a singular desire.
To commune with the mermaid.
Her.
And when they opened the black box and found the mourning envelope, found the necklace key, it all came to an end.
Well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, open it.
Godric, I really don't know why you're here. This doesn't concern you.
I bet it does. I'm to believe the box may contain information on Captain Stonetop.
Even if it does, it is wholly unrelated to our unfortunate voyage.
I'll be the judge of that. There could be anything in there. Listen.
I prefer you not to shake it like that. Besides, it doesn't open that way. It
slides out at the side. Let me do it.
What's all this? A scroll? An envelope?
There's something inside. Wait. What's this?
We both know what that is. That's Felicia Stonetop's necklace, isn't it? Isn't it?
Our discovery of the necklace precipitated two important conclusions. One, we now possess the key necessary to operate the Mermaid's Tongue.
In my complacency, I had not even known it was missing, simply assuming it lay within the cauldron. But no, Felicia had taken it away with her, and now, through what twist of fate, it had returned. Which brings me to conclusion 2. The fact that her necklace had been sent to her parents in a black-rimmed envelope attested to us that Felicia Stonetop had died. Even through his burgeoning grief, Mortuga could see in my eyes how I wished to make use of the key. Fearing what ruin might follow should I act, he did what he had always done. He lied. Lied about having the Mermaid's Tongue on board.
He had your best interest at heart, Godric. We both know this.
However, it was a lie that no longer worked on me, for I had laid eyes upon the truth.
The truth?
About what Mortuga had in the storeroom.
Correct. I had seen Symmetry's drawing of the cauldron.
He asked me to change it. I was going to change it.
So now you had everything you needed. The key, the bell, and the mermaid's tongue itself, albeit locked in the cauldron.
On that note, I had also surmised Mortuga's reason for rigging the iron bell onto a winch above his desk. I concluded that he had set it up this way so that he could unlock the cauldron and access its contents himself.
You think he wanted to use the mermaid's tongue?
You'd like to suggest Mortuga would be immune from such things, hmm?
I concede it may have been an alluring prospect, but actually choosing to act, it displays a dangerous hubris.
Well, maybe he just wanted to be able to get to it, but not actually use it, you know?
Grip, did you actually accuse Mortuga of wanting to open the cauldron? Of wanting to use the mermaid's tongue?
I did, and he flatly denied it, which caused an argument. Truth be told, we were both sick of each other. The last vestiges of our mutual decorum fell away. He attempted to shut me down with cold logic, insisting that it was not possible for one man to simultaneously turn both dials on the iron bell.
Wait, is that true?
Kinda. Depends how big you are, how wide your arms are.
I knew Mortuga would be capable of it, and I could see in his eyes that he intended to do it.
Well, not to side with Grip here, but he was right. Mortuga did open the cauldron, didn't he?
Perhaps his intention was simply to move the mermaid's tongue to a newly contrived hiding place.
Maybe he was just gonna destroy it.
As he should have done years hence, I might add.
Grimoire, what do you think?
I think he wanted to hide the mermaid's tongue somewhere else.
Whatever the reason, I knew it was only a matter of time. And what's more, following our discussion about the mechanism of the iron bell,
I understood the specific physicality of the task ahead of him.
Physicality?
In order to reach both dials, Mortuga would need to hold his body close against the iron bell. His head, his neck, would be right up against the mechanism.
Overcome with frustration and grief, Mortuga had left the room. He had left me with the necklace key. I felt it in my hand, the metal cold and sharp. I climbed up onto the desk and wedged it into the iron bell around the back so that it would not be seen. At least, not until the mechanism activated.
You're a murderer.
Call me what you will. To me, it was merely insurance against continued deception and greed on Mortuga's part. If he indeed decided to keep the mermaid's tongue for himself, If he decided, as he always had, to keep it from me, then it would be his last decision.
The rest you know. Having first locked himself in the room, Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and was killed by the blade of the necklace key.
I tilted the submarine in order to claim the eyeball key, which granted me access to the captain's cabin and a path into the storeroom from above. I took the mermaid's tongue from the unlocked cauldron.
And then you went up to the aft deck and used it, didn't you?
I tried to, but you stopped me.
You're welcome.
Tadpole then dove into the ocean and collected the pieces,
including the coral and the gemstone eyes, which she kept for herself.
Yeah. As for the mask itself, I just left it in my room.
And I took it when I later visited the room to collect hex from the dome tank.
Wow, you're admitting it, huh?
I admit I moved it to a more secure location, ultimately a wise decision, wouldn't you say?
Except it's not there anymore, is it? It's right here.
It's dark!
Grip turned off the lights.
Someone grab him!
The mermaid's tongue, it's gone!
He took it! He must have!
He can't have gone up to the foredeck. It's still locked.
What about the aft deck?
Let's go. Maybe we can catch him. He's wearing it.
Are we too late?
I don't...
Grip? Are you...
What?
Wait, where's he going? It's the compass.
He fixed it.
What's he gonna do? Should we follow him? I don't...
He's locked the door.
Can you see him through the window? This is bad. The pressure change, it's too sudden. The submarine's not...
Wait, what's that?
You're taking control.
The radios!
It's fine, just stay.
It was too fast!
It must be coming from the control room.
Let's go.
We're being held down. We need to resurface.
The submarine can't take it. The controls are going crazy.
Wait.
What did she...
She's gone.
She let us go.
Remarkable.
Let's just head back to Silkworm, shall we? Get everyone off this submarine.
And, Silkworm would be which way?
We got moved. I don't know where we are. No stars, no moon. I don't know which way north is.
He fixed it. Are you okay?
Yeah. You?
Somehow, yeah. You okay, Cynthia?
She's still processing.
Of course. We all are.
That, and we've just been to tell her stepfather that we're leaving Silkworm.
Oh? Where are you headed?
We, haven't worked that out yet.
I know a place you could go.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a couple friends you could stay with. I'll write down the address for you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know about you, but I thought that was all very interesting.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
You must be pleased. You've come away with a new story to tell around the campfire.
Quite right.
I'm not sure it would be wise to tell too many people.
No, don't worry. I'll change all your names to protect your privacy.
What are you going to change my name to?
Detective Galathorn.
Wow, I love it.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Sybil.
Yep, this conversation is over.
Easily one of the strangest days of my life.
It's in the top 5, at least.
What are you going to do now?
So far, the only thing I've decided on is to go home and have a bath.
A bath? You haven't had enough being submerged in water for one day?
Okay, maybe a shower.
Catching up on your text messages?
0 missed calls. Can you believe that? 0.
Devastating.
Not even from Vanderpeer?
I'm writing him a message now, giving him the deets. A very selective version of the deets.
Smart. That was the weirdest submarine I've ever been on.
And the last?
And the last. Is everyone okay?
I guess so, huh?
Fit as a fiddle.
Oh, sure. Just had my human perspective permanently and irrevocably shifted, but hey, what's new?
But what about Grip? Did he die or what?
I don't know. But he made his choice. I really don't think it would do us any good to worry about it.
Sally, did you write down that address for us?
Yeah, I'm almost done. Just writing something on the back to help you out.
Oh, like instructions?
Kinda, yeah.
You know, I really must be off.
Ah, come on. You've got nowhere to be.
You're quite right. Nowhere is precisely where I need to be, and I'm rather in a hurry to get there.
All right, that was pretty good. I'll let that slide.
And, Tadpole and Zephyr stayed on the submarine?
Yeah.
Are they gonna rename it?
Of course not. You gotta keep the Mortuga name. It's like his fingerprint on history.
You say that, but by all accounts, he actually didn't like the submarine very much.
That's true. It wasn't his choice to be there. He spent all his time trying to work out how to leave.
Well, yes, all right. I can see that.
I'd say his fingerprint is right here. It's all of you. It's Symmetry, it's Cynthia, Tadpole, Zephyr, everyone he was kind to, everyone he helped.
Dude, that's real.
But what about the mermaid's tongue?
What about it?
Well, we still don't really know anything about it. How it works, who made it.
Good.
What?
It's good that we don't know. It's right. The mermaid's tongue is a shameless shortcut, a trap for the impatient and the dissolute.
But you don't want to know what the mermaid said?
Oh, I want to know. But as I stand before you now, I can't know. You understand? That's just
the way it's meant to be. You're sure this is the address Sally wrote down?
Yeah, it must be. She wrote something on the back, too.
Oh yeah, what was that? Instructions?
It's a little poem. You should read it.
Me? You're the poet.
No, you read it.
Okay. Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tethers slowly fraying, floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.